Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'd like to talk about wristwatches in general, luxury wristwatches. Um, for those of you who are avid watch collectors and who watch a lot of YouTube channels, there was a recent video by Mark Goldberg, essentially saying that the watch industry is going to go obsolete and nobody will want wristwatches in the future simply because with modern technology with smartphones and everything, you don't really need wristwatches. And I have to say he's right. There's absolutely no need for a wristwatch. If you want to tell the time, you can simply check your phone. You can, or if you want something cheap and more precise than a luxury wristwatch, get yourself a cheap Seiko or Timex, right? Um, and I feel that his thoughts are flawed, simply because wristwatches are so much more than just machines to tell the time. It's it's an object which talks about your relationship with time. It talks about your personality, your it's a way for you to express yourself. And in today's world where we have social media and so many avenues to express our thoughts and opinions, I feel that the luxury wristwatch is gonna go the it's just gonna go up, simply because people in this day and age, they just feel so lonely and they just want to find ways to express themselves. And owning a luxury timepiece is one of um, the the classiest and discreet ways that you can do so. So luxury wristwatches are here to stay. Um, you know, these things are highly desirable. They're highly sought after. They are recognized by every human being as being an object which kind of displays your personality and and tells the world who you are and what you value and what you find beautiful and what your values are, right? That being said, I feel that what will go out of style and out of fashion is actually cheap watches. I think quartz watches and digital watches, those are gonna go. Uh, those are the kind of watches and technology that will become obsolete because there's absolutely no need to own a digital watch when you have a digital smartphone. However, owning a luxury timepiece which is handmade, handcrafted, with a lot of personalization, with a lot of raw emotion and thought, right? In this day and age where everything is mass produced and everything is just so machine fabricated, luxury wristwatches are probably the last stronghold where you can see human skill and ingenuity, passion, emotion, design, philosophy, luxury, all made into the luxury wristwatch. And therefore, I don't know, it's just, it's mind-boggling that a fellow watch aficionado can feel this way. He does have his points, right? But I think it's been at least 20 years since the wristwatch has been made redundant, right? We've had cell phones for at least 20 years now, and they all tell the time. But you look at the prices of wristwatches; they have only increased. The only reason why the wristwatch industry is not doing well is because the global economy is not doing it well. People do not have the disposable income to splurge on luxury wristwatches, and therefore sales have dropped, especially in the Asian market. Right? Asia is hurting. People are not doing well over there. They just don't have money. They don't have like 5, 10 grand sitting around where they can just spend on luxury watches. So, the prices of wristwatches may come down, but it will just move with inflation, right? These things are always highly sought after, highly desirable, and wristwatches are here to stay, and I feel that they will only become more valuable in the future. So yeah, that's what I have to say to Mr. Mark Goldberg. I think he's just I don't know. He's just a little bit. I mean, I understand where he's coming from, especially especially when you buy at retail, when you buy brand new, right? Those sectors are probably going to hurt, but wristwatches are here to stay, and at the very worst, servicing of these wristwatches will be here to stay because people who own them will always want to keep the watches in top shape and running, and therefore, there's not much grounds to assume that the wristwatch is going to go the path of the dinosaur or the FM radio or A-Track or anything, right? Just because these things are so personal. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on luxury wristwatches. Please like and subscribe or comment if you agree or disagree. Thanks.